From the creators of Lake Nona, a community inspired in nature. Today, I found a gem. This is a community in the south side of Orlando in an area called St. Cloud. My name is Gabriela Soto, and welcome to a new video. To talk a little bit about this community called Sunbridge, this is a project that's going to be 3 times the size of Lake Nona from the creators of Lake Nona. So if you're familiar with that region, this is also going to include the same builders and the same concept that Lake Nona has. Now, however, like I mentioned in the beginning, this is a neighborhood that has everything to do with conserving the natural beauty of Florida. Now, this is a neighborhood that is currently starting with their first phases, where there's going to be around 500 homes. They are already continuing with other sections of the project, starting with the Marina Village, or what they call the mixed use pavilion, where there's going to be a lot of paddleboarding, kayaking, and outdoorsy lifestyle for you to come with your family and of course enjoy the weather in this area. This is an area that about a year ago was completely flat. There was nothing here, and now they've turned it into a beautiful gem. They're already even building their K-8 school, which is going to be just for this specific community. There's going to be a few extensions in terms of highways. Highway 417 is getting an extension, and of course 528 will also cut through the area for easy access. But guys, let's not miss out on this video and start with the beautiful home I have for you today. Come with me. And starting in with the main entrance of this home, before we continue, let's talk about the features on this home. This is a property that includes 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and 2,309 square feet. This is going to be part of the section of this community, which is going to be the 30-foot lot homes. This specific model is kind of like a bungalow. I've shown a few others in my channel just like this, with a rear entry 3-car garage with a tandem. Now guys, let's go ahead and talk about this beautiful office space. Don't tell me this is just not beautiful, with the beautiful front porch where you can enjoy the view right outside. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of nature in this particular neighborhood, so you're gonna have a lot of trees and gardening and a lot of beautiful greenery to definitely enjoy. There's also going to be plenty of trails for you to go around with your family, to go biking, go running, go hiking, and of course, like I mentioned, just enjoy Florida and what nature is in the area. And now, finishing with this first section of the home, we're going to walk into the main foyer once again. Before we head over to the kitchen and the open concept, this is a half bathroom here on the first floor. I always love when builders include this, because you don't have to be sending your guest over to the second floor. You have a traditional bathroom with your vanity over here, mirror, and of course your toilet. Closing this door right here, you of course have your private light, private door. We are in the open concept of this home, very nicely laid out, plenty of space for a small family that's starting with their first home, or just looking to be in a really nice, comfortable property that allows you to be and of course enjoy time with your friends and family. Starting right ahead with the island. Also, before I go ahead with the island, this is a house that you can actually customize. So this island, you're gonna see it in quartz, but you're gonna have the option to, of course, customize it as you please. Continuing on with what we see right now, you have quartz countertops, a deep sink, black matte finishes. They do have the gray kind of brown cabinetry. I do like it. It stands out, looks very traditional. It's a color that usually I would say is kind of ageless. Continuing with the rest of the kitchen, you have extended countertops all throughout, same material with the quartz and the gray. They love that they have the white cabinets up top to contrast the look. Definitely looks very spacious, crown molding all throughout. You also do have all your appliances. This is something that of course you guys have the choice of course upgrading as you please. You do have your dishwasher on the side of the island, your range, your microwave, and of course enough space for adding the fridge that best fits you and your family. A highlight of also this kitchen is you have outlets on both sides of the island. So if you're working on the island, maybe you have a party over, you have your grill or whatever right here, it's pretty easy to manage. An island with plenty of room to add a few adults over here, maybe turn it into some form of breakfast area. Now, right in front of the kitchen, we have what could be your dining area. They have a round table right now with about 6 to 7 adults that could fit. Very comfortable here. Plenty of room to even potentially even add some form of rectangular one. Of course, just depends, and it gives you an idea of what the space looks like. I love that you have the wine racks on this side, and let's just talk about that gorgeous window on the end of the wall. Of course, just adding some much natural light, and of course amplifying the space, making it feel much more fresh. Stepping out of the dining area, this is also the living space. Plenty of room for that 100-inch TV, probably even bigger if you want to. Enough room for the entertainment section. Add enough seating. There's a lot of couches and a lot of seating space over here in this area, and of course a lot of things that you can do, play around the area. In terms of this living space, I do also want to highlight the 3-panel windows right behind that just amplifies the space and just makes it feel much more modern. That's why I always say this is the perfect home that I always just see, like maybe like a mom over here cooking and just the kids running outside in the yard and just enjoying the beautiful view and of course the area and what this region has to offer. Now guys, we're done with this section. Let's continue with the tour. And stepping out of here, we're gonna walk into probably one of my favorite features of the first floor on this home. Closing this door, this finished hallway over here on the inside is actually what leads to your 3-car garage with the tandem. I'm not gonna show it because it is the model home, so they have offices and it doesn't really look like a garage, but it would be your rear entry garage detached, of course, so it's very nicely and concise with the home. This space is my favorite. This is so cute. I just love this. I would probably add some water features. I love that you can look inside into your beautiful home with these 3 windows over here. The decoration they added out here for you to maybe add some herbs and just some flowers for you to enjoy in this space. Plenty of room to just have here your guest over, enjoy some wine, enjoy some coffee, and just enjoy the weather out here. Guys, the weather out here has been very, very nice. We're closing into the fall season. It is most definitely the time of year where you can go outside, sit out, and just enjoy the nice warm weather. Not so hot like in the summer, but of course what Florida really has to offer. We're done, guys, with the first floor. Let's go check out what the second floor has to offer. Now here on the second story, what I first want to do is show you guys the master. There's a lot of things that you can change up here between the materials and the finishes, but this master is just something right out of a magazine. You have extra high vaulted ceilings with just the most beautiful setup I have probably seen. I have toured a lot of home, guys, but if I were to choose a property for me and my family, this one most likely would be for me. Like I mentioned, the high ceilings just look right out of a magazine. You have this gorgeous setup where you can fit that king-size bed. I love the wood floorings, just elevates the space, makes it feel very much like a farmhouse. You have right behind me a walk-in closet, plenty of room for shoes, clothes. You do have carpet in the walk-in closet, something you can change in the design studio that they offer for you. Shelving also installed. Heading out of the walk-in closet, let's stand into the right side of the bedroom so you guys can take a look at the windows that I'm talking about. Don't tell me this is just not the most beautiful thing, waking up in the morning and just having this gorgeous view. Heading out of this area, we're gonna turn into the right side of this bedroom, where we're gonna have the main bathroom of this house. This is gonna be the primary suites bathroom. This is just a bathroom that is very nicely laid out. A couple things that you can change. You can change the shower. You have a stand-in shower right over here, ceramic towel all the way up in the black colors. You have glass also included. I do love that you have the soap is actually hidden on this side. So I do like it. So when your guests come over, you don't have to immediately messy soap bars or the gel bottles. Now heading out of the shower, you have a dual vanity sink extended all the way wall to wall with quartz countertops of the white cabinets. This is something that you can also upgrade as well. I do like the gold finishes, just very different. Not everyone is brave enough to use the gold these days. I feel like the black matte is kind of in right now. It looks modern, but of course you can always play around with the space and just turn it into an area that best fits you. You do have a design studio with professional designers that will help you customize your home to your liking, so always a plus of working with these type of builders. To my right side, you have what would be your toilet, private light, private door, and you do have a secondary walk-in closet. This one's a little bit smaller than the other one, but another fun feature is that you have a beautiful window that leads to the front of the home where you can enjoy the beautiful view of the outside. Now guys, let's finish up with this section and let's visit the rest of the second story. Unfortunately, guys, we have to head out of the master and continue on with the tour, but we do still have a few things to see. Starting right ahead with the loft area, we passed it as we were going into the master suite, but this is an area that I do like. It's kind of funky. I do love the decoration as well. Plenty of room for about a 100-inch TV for you to have your couch, your setup, maybe turn it into some form of media room. Another option that you can do with this space is actually turn it into an extra bedroom that you can most definitely, with the sales associate and of course the builder, determine if you would best use it as a loft or a bedroom. Stepping into the other section in this area, you have a laundry area. I do like the setup and I do like that it's on the second story. So you don't have to be running down, picking up the laundry and then bringing it back up. You have it right here, very accessible for that family that, that has those hectic days. You have your washer, your dryer, shelving installed. This is something that you can add on as well. That's just of course optional. You do have your panels on this side as well for easy access. Heading out of the laundry area, we're gonna continue on passing the stairs, passing this door over here. This is just an extra closet where you're gonna have your HVAC system. Finishing with this hallway, we're gonna have the additional 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. Starting with bedroom number 1 on this side, both bedrooms are actually towards the back of the house, so they're a little bit more private, a little bit more quiet. You do have enough room for about a queen size. You do have the French doors for your closet, which definitely highlight, of course, the space in this area. You can even open the doors and notice that you still have room to walk around. Not a lot of builders have the correct dimensions sometimes when they do this, so this is a plus, of course, something that you can most definitely tell has been, of course, planned correctly for a family. Plenty of room for extra seating and dressers. Heading out of this bedroom, we're gonna step into bedroom number 2. Now stepping into bedroom number 2, this one's actually turned into a form of a gym. This is actually very curious, never seen this in some of the model homes we've seen before, but you do still have room for about a queen size. You can tell that the dresser's pretty big, so if you bring it all the way back, then you can tell that plenty of room. Extra seatings, you have a beautiful window with view of the back of the house and an extra closet over here with your French doors, your shelving, and pretty deep on both sides. Finishing with this bedroom, we're gonna turn a quick left and visit what is the shared bathroom. This bathroom also very spacious. They only have 1 sink on this side, but you can, of course, with the designer, determine if you would benefit from having a secondary sink. That is up to you. I do love that they have the same color that they did down in the kitchen. It's, like I mentioned, very traditional, and I do like it, very ageless. You do have your toilet, your tub, and of course, ceramic towel halfway up that you can, of course, extend over in the design studio. Now, guys, we are pretty much done with the tour of this glamorous home. I really hope you enjoyed. Let's go downstairs and talk everything you need to know in terms of number, location, and of course, this specific builder. All right, guys, we finally made it to the last section of this tour where we're gonna talk about everything that has to do with the area, with the property, and of course, this specific builder. Starting right ahead with this specific model, as you saw, this was a bungalow style home. This is called the Voyager. So this is a very specific type of model that of course fits in a 34-foot lot. This specific property, like I mentioned, is a semi-custom home builder, which means they're gonna take you into a design studio where you're gonna have the liberty to choose all the finishes throughout the property, from floorings to countertops to cabinets to taking down some walls, adding some rooms, adding some flex rooms that are of course optional to you and your family. The base price on this home is of $550. Of course, you do have to add the design studio options that you add. This also includes up to 10 solar panels from Tesla already included in the specific community, which was what I was mentioning, that in this neighborhood, they are focused on conservation and of course nature. So this is a plus. And of course, you already know that you're going to be saving in your electric bill. In terms of the finished product, these finished products are going to be between the $600 and $650 depending on which location in the neighborhood you are, and of course what you choose on the options and the upgrades. But like I mentioned, something that when you come here and of course go to the design studio, talk to the builder, see what fits your family, we can of course determine which best fits and which features we could add or maybe discard and add later. Now, in terms of the area, like I mentioned in the beginning, this is an area that is being developed by the same developers of Lake Nona. So if you're familiar with Loria Park and all that region, you know that there has been an expansion like no other place in Orlando, and that development was already revolutionary. Here in Sunbridge, we're gonna have something very similar. However, everything's gonna be a little bit more spaced out. You're gonna have a little bit more room for yard, for playing around, more trails, more hiking, more, like I mentioned, just conservation areas for you to bring your family and just enjoy the area. And of course, be able to raise a family and in comfort of the Florida weather, where you can of course be outside pretty much all throughout the year. Like I mentioned, they're also already even developing what would be the Marina Village or the mixed use pavilion, where they're gonna have a huge lake where you're gonna have all of the outdoorsy amenities that you are probably dreaming of raising your family in. You're gonna have paddleboarding, kayaking, and many more things, including restaurants and things to do for you to, of course, enjoy the region. A K-8, like I mentioned in the beginning, is also already in the process of being built. They're actually estimated to be open next year, which is also gonna be just specific for this community, which is a benefit for you. Now, in terms of the complete project, you're gonna have a split between half of it being Orange County and half of being Seminole County. That just tells you a little bit of how huge this project is going to be. In terms of this specific area where I'm actually filming today, this is Westlake Park. This is the main residential area that's being developed first. This specific area is located just 10 minutes from Lake Nona. If you follow Narcoossee all the way down, you will stumble across the main entrance of Sunbridge. This is also an area that is located just 20 minutes from MCO International Airport, 30 minutes from downtown Orlando, and just 35 minutes from the Walt Disney World. So if you commute to Walt Disney or even the airport, this is still very, very convenient. And of course, you do have a little bit more of privacy and a little bit more serenity in comparison to living in downtown Orlando or closer to the Dr. Philip Sand Lake area, which can usually get a little bit jammed up in traffic. Now guys, there's a lot of options in this specific neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that, like I mentioned, very revolutionary, very, very different from everything else you're gonna see in the market today. And of course, with the option for you to choose what best fits your family. And this is why I show you this type of home, because not every home is fit for every single family. So I do want to show you the ability of maybe having the same layout, but being able to adapt it to your lifestyle and what you and your family are looking for specifically. We do work with a lot of relocation families, so this is also a project that could work for you, because some of these homes are also to be built. So that means that if you maybe are not so much in a hurry and you're willing to wait for that perfect property, they can do that for you. Or if you're looking to move in a little bit quicker, they usually have a few homes that are move-in ready. In terms of those move-in ready homes, you do have different incentives depending on the lot and of course the location and the stage of the home. You do have incentives between the 20 and 40 grand, which you can use as flex money and determine what best fits for you. You can use it towards closing costs, buying down points, and of course, maybe even some of the design updates that you can do in the property. Use that money to upgrade those features. Now guys, we talked a lot today about this specific community. I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 where you can take a look at another model here in the area. There's many options, many different builders also in the region moving in, and of course making sure that you do have the best quality home with the best quality of life in the area. Now guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow us so you do not miss any of our weekly videos. We do put in all of our hard work into these videos, so you make sure to have all the information and make the right decision for you and your family. Also, don't forget to follow us in all of our social media, Instagram, TikTok, and of course my team Instagram, where you can meet some of my beautiful team members who could potentially be helping you finding your next dream home. Thank you so much guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.